question. I think, people underestimate the power of co-creation, right? So involving your stakeholders right at the onset of you, before you even initiate the change, right? I found it very useful for me to talk to the key stakeholders that will be impacted by the change, pitch, almost like a pitch to them, that this is what I want to do, and how will it impact you? Because I think once you understand how it will impact your stakeholders, particularly where you, like to your point, to that question, Nicolette, where you don't have that direct reporting relationship, it's then a lot easier to articulate the benefit of the change in their language. And I think that's what's important to bring them on board. I think also people underestimate the value of networking in an organization, right? We always preach network, form allies, and this concept of allyship. I've typically leaned on some of my networks, some of the influences that come with my network to talk about a change for me in rooms that I'm not present, right? Or where they lead, just so I can get that buy-in for the change. And then I think once you're on the road to the change, once you've got that initial alignment, it's important to always articulate the quick wins, right? That the change has already brought this benefit for us, right? And I think that helps you to build trust, with these stakeholders, particularly where you didn't have a pre-existing relationship with them, which goes a long way to completing the change process, right? And having the desired outcomes that you were hoping
Thank you, Nancy.
for. Thanks for that introduction, Nicolette, and good day all. I'm very, very excited to be here to talk about how leaders can manage resistance to change. I think this is a topic that I feel like is not talked about enough, particularly in this era that we find ourselves as finance leaders, right? Where we have what we can call always on change. I wanted to start off, next slide please, Nicolette. I wanted to start off with a quote by Ahmed Ray that you see on the slide, which is, "Change management requires strong emotional and social intelligence. It is a part of inside-out leadership." And so this quote aptly denotes that leading change is beyond technical skills for us as finance leaders. It's about how we tap into our inner selves, into our emotional awareness, that inside-out leadership, to understand others, to connect and build trust with them in a way that fosters buy-in and support for any change that we're leading with our teams. Next slide, please, Nicolette. So I've made inside-out leadership seem very simple with that explanation, but of course, inside-out leadership is not simple. The dilemma that we have as leaders is, how do we navigate multiple change responses and types of resistance that you see on the right here, while trying to drive the intended impact of the change that we're leading at different levels.